Hey everyone, welcome back. My name's dustinkreis, and today I'm going to shoot a video that I meant to do a couple days ago and sort of forgot. But yeah, we're going to do that. But first, I just happened to check my channel count, and I just did a little milestone. I just surpassed 400 subscribers on YouTube, and that's insane. You know, I said this every time I've surpassed sort of a milestone of like 100, 300, now 400, and it's still crazy to me that you guys enjoy watching and enjoy hearing me ramble about shit. And it's been a great ride, except for, you know, a couple trolls. One guy that seems to dislike every video that I make, or at least I think it's one person. I don't know. Maybe it's a group of people. I don't know. But I guess that just means I made it. So anyway, I got something planned in sort of celebration of that. It's not going to be a contest or anything, but it's going to be a video that a lot of people have requested from me. And I'm putting the legwork in. I'm really thinking about it, and it's going to be a two-parter. I think that's the way to do it. So hopefully I might have it up Sunday. I haven't filmed it yet, but I'm planning on working on it Sunday. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into what we're going to talk about today, and that is this. And I know what you're thinking right now. Oh God, Dustin, don't do it. I am not going to be replacing perusing Nintendo Power with perusing Game Informer. There's just something kind of soulless about Game Informer, and usually I'm not very impressed with it. But I got to tell you, this issue came in, and there's one article in particular that I want to focus on. And I was really surprised that Game Informer did this article. And I should have had the page marked. It's easy to find, that's okay. Lost RPG franchises, where are they now? And I saw this and I was like, you gotta be kidding me, because this is something that I'm talking about all the time. You know, what happened to these great series? But really, a lot of... Actually, a couple of these are kind of my favorite series. Three of them, in fact, I hold in extreme high regard. With actually five of them, really. Even though one of them I've only played one game in the series, but still really enjoyed it. By the way, speaking of milestones, it's I just surpassed 400. And speaking of 4, it's 4:30 in the morning because I'm getting ready for work. So there's that. Making a video this early in the morning. But anyway, the first game that they talk about in there is the Mana series. And I love the Mana series. I love Secret of Mana. I love Final Fantasy Adventure for the Game Boy. I love Secret of Mana 2 for the Super Nintendo, the translated ROM. I haven't played anything beyond that. I have them, but I just haven't gotten around to playing them yet. But I love Mana. And I know that the series took kind of a nosedive with Dawn of Mana, which I haven't played, so I can't put my 2 cents in there. But it's sad to see such kind of a great series disappear. They say the odds of it coming back is 10-1 because I guess Square just trademarked a Circle of Mana. So maybe we'll see a new game. But I'm hoping that if they make a new one, they kind of take a look at some of their other series and realize, what I think is the closest thing to a Secret of Mana game nowadays is Kingdom Hearts. It kind of has that same hack and slash gameplay, and I don't know, just a lot of the mechanics always remind me of Kingdom Hearts. So if they're going to make another Mana game, they really need to take a look at Kingdom Hearts and sort of see how to do it properly. I think that'd be great. Next game on there is Suikoden, and I know RPG Swagman will agree with me on this. What the fuck happened with that train? I think it was just Konami got so nut crazy over Metal Gear Solid that they kind of forgot that they had a JRPG. Oh, what? Release a JRPG? No. Let's release another Metal Gear for the PSP. But I've played Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2, and I'm really kind of jonesing to play Suikoden 3. I'm really wanting to get into those PS2 ones, but I got a lot of other stuff to get through first. But I love Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2. Suikoden 2 more than Suikoden 1. But, yeah, it's one of those series that I just... I don't know how it could... I know 4 is not that supposed to be that good, and 5 is kind of... It's a step in the right direction, but it's not as good as, like, the first 3. I don't know. This is one of those series that's, like, right now it's so good, like, with 1 and 2, that I don't know why it stopped. I don't know what's going on there, but hopefully we get some of these games back. Unfortunately, the Suikoden team was disbanded by Konami, so if we get another Suikoden game, it's not going to be kind of the same thing. Next up is the Shining series. And this is a series that I've only peripherally dealt with. I've played some of the Shining games. I haven't played them very much. I have Shining Force 1 and 2 on my Genesis Ultimate Collection. I'm planning on playing that, and I probably will buy the original carts too, because, and I have the Shining Force 3 trilogy on the Sega Saturn, but I want to play the first 2 games before I play that. But the Shining series is still going strong in Japan, and it's just they're not releasing them over here anymore. And that's partly because Sega is kind of in dire straits. But, yeah, I don't know. A lot of people out there really like the Shining series. I haven't picked up any of the PS2 era Shinings. What was it, EXA, and there was another one. But I do. If I see them for a good price, I will pick them up, because there's just something about JRPGs that I love. And but I don't really have much to say on Shining. I for the people that really like it, I hope they continue the series. But here's another one that a lot of people. Let me cover up the next. Seem to like. Camera's over there. Shadow Hearts. I have the Shadow Hearts games. I haven't got around to playing them yet because I just picked them up like a month ago. But a lot of people really like this series, and it's sort of a survival horror RPG, which not a lot of people do. But if you think about it, that could work really well. Sweet Home, Corpse Party is kind of a horror RPG. It's more of a horror adventure, I think. But I think the two genres meld together very well. They can. So I'm really interested in seeing what Shadow Hearts is all about. But apparently, the company that developed Shadow Hearts is no more, and the magazine says that there's no chance of seeing it again. So, unfortunately, I guess we just I guess we should be lucky that we have the trilogy. But maybe another company or some people from that original team, which is now Universal Entertainment Corporation. Maybe they'll make sort of a spiritual successor. I don't know if we'll see another Shadow Hearts game, but maybe we'll see something in the same vein. Finally, on this page, and then there's one more page to go, Wild Arms. I have played Wild Arms 1, and I really enjoyed it. And if I played it back in the day when it came out, I would have loved it even more. I have the entire Wild Arms series, and it's another one of those series that I'm really kind of dying to sink my teeth into. But time. There's just never any time. But I really, really enjoy the Wild Arms series. I love the aesthetic. A Western RPG. And let's see, the odds of it coming back is 25-1, they say. Mediavision is the guys that developed it. Really, I guess it goes to Sony, because they own they own the franchise. But I don't know if Sony would put money into another Wild Arms game. I don't know. It's been 2007. No, 2009 was Wild Arms XF. So it's been since 2009, 3 years without a Wild Arms game. And even then, Wild Arms wasn't like a big seller. So I don't really know if we're ever going to see a Wild Arms again. But I'd like to. I still need to get through some more of the series, but I really like what I played in the first game, and I really like to see it come back. A lot of these games I really like to see come back. DotHack. I've been looking into the DotHack games because for some reason they're really expensive. And some people talk, very nicely about them, but I've never played them, so I really don't know what more to say about it. But it says here, because it also gives you recommendations that if you like these games, what you can sort of play in lieu of them. And it says Xenoblade Chronicles. So I don't know. If you guys have played the DotHack series, is that a real statement? Is it really kind of, are they comparable? I don't know. But I don't have much to say about DotHack. I want to get the games, but every time I see them, they're like $30, and there's 6 of them. So that's a lot. That's a lot of money to shell out for a series I'm not too sure on yet. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Next up. Now this is one that I keep looking over here for some reason. The camera's right there. That little black dot. I don't know what I'm doing. Next one. Grandia. Now this is one that I can talk about. Love, 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 love Grandia 1. And as much as I love Grandia 1, I love Grandia 2 even more. I haven't played Grandia 3 yet. I know a lot of people say that it's the best version of the fighting system, the battle system. And it's just that the story and the characters are kind of crappy. But I'd really like to see another Grandia. I think it's one of those series that, if done right, knocks it out of the park. And maybe 3. We'll see when I play 3. I'm kind of holding off because I don't want to. If I play 3, I'm out of Grandia games, except for Grandia Extreme. So I'm kind of holding off on playing Grandia 3 so I don't run out of Grandia games, and I always have one to look forward to. But done right, I think Grandia really knocks it out of the park. And they say the odds of Grandia coming back is 75-1 because Game Arts, who, there's something in here that they failed to mention, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Talking about Game Arts just made me think about it. I wonder what I'm going to talk about. They're working on the Ragnarok titles for the Vita, so maybe Ragnarok Online. Maybe Steven has something with him being so excited for it. But they say with them working on the Ragnarok titles, we're not going to see a Grandia anytime soon. Unfortunate. I would really like to see another Grandia game. I think Grandia is one of the great series, one of the great RPG series. So let's go with the final game on here, and that is Breath of Fire. And I played. I did a game discussion on Breath of Fire 1. I don't know, maybe a few months ago. And I played Breath of Fire 2 as a kid. I need to go back and play it as an adult so I can get a grown-up opinion. But I really like the aesthetic of Breath of Fire, and the fact that Capcom made an RPG was insane. Now I know Dragon Quarter, which I haven't played yet, but I'm going to give it a fair shot. I really am. That really pissed a lot of people off. I watched a lot of videos on Dragon Quarter with people sort of voicing their complaints about it. Very vocal, but. Maybe if they take the series back to more of its traditional roots, even if, let's just say, because digital distribution is a big thing nowadays, I would even say make Breath of Fire 6, but make it look like one of the PS1 games and just digitally release it. I would go crazy over that. I really would. Because those PS1 Breath of Fire games are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I would be all over that. The odds, they say, are 100-1 because Capcom sucks. No, they don't say that, but I say that because, Capcom is just kind of, I don't, it's, it's so weird how the forces that be don't want me saying bad things about Capcom. It's so weird how Capcom has kind of went from this company that could do no wrong back when I was a kid to a company that has just completely sold its soul. I don't know. I guess they're too busy churning out Resident Evil sequels and driving that series into the ground to really cultivate other series. It's been a while since a Mega Man game, that's all I'm saying. But Breath of Fire, I would love to see Breath of Fire come back. Even if, a lot of these RPGs, if it takes them releasing them as digital distribution and sort of retro-ish titles, I'm all for it. I think that'd be great. Another Grandia game in the same vein as Grandia 2. The only thing I take issue with this article, I think it's a great article. It's kind of quick to read through, though. They could have put some other series in here. Mainly the big one that I think is missing is Lunar. And Lunar is one of those series that, on one hand, I kind of want them to leave alone. Don't ever touch it again. But on the other hand, I really want to see a Lunar 3, And I don't want you to... For some reason, the Japanese think that when they bring out a new RPG game, they have to kind of reforge the mold, Don't. Make it exactly like the old school Lunars, and people will go nuts over it. But make sure it has a great story. But, a lot of people have talked about Dragon Song being a terrible game. Again, haven't played it. But I think my desire to see another Lunar game far outweighs my desire to not see one. And of course, if it's retro graphics like the PS1 and digital distribution, so be it. But if that's the only way we can get it. Let me just point that out. If that's the only way we can get these games, then I'd rather have that than not have it at all. So anyway, I just thought that was a cool article in Game Informer, no less. And I've already gone past the 15-minute mark, so who cares? I can ramble on here a little bit. The morning coffee. But anyway, yeah. There's some other good stuff in here, Beyond Two Souls. I'm really kind of getting interested in what that's all about. There was another article in here that I was actually really impressed with. They got a big thing on Ni no Kuni. Yeah. Big thing on Ni no Kuni. So, I guess this is kind of the RPG issue for Game Informer. Game Informer is not a magazine I go to for a lot of my gaming news because they don't really focus on my style of games. They more focus on what's going to sell. There's something about Chrono Trigger in here. 10 things that make any games better. Oh, okay. They're just talking about Chrono Trigger. But it's not something that usually covers sort of my genre. It's usually covering whatever they think is going to sell the most at GameStop because it is kind of a propaganda magazine. World's #1 video game magazine. Right now it's the only video game magazine. I only get it because I have that card at GameStop, but... I was really impressed with that one. So, if you don't have it, if you don't have a subscription, go check it out because it is a nice little article. Although I covered it in this video, so you don't really have to. But a lot of other nice information in this one. I was really impressed with this one. Maybe Game Informer is going to step up their game since they're kind of the only game in town. How many more times can I say game in one sentence? I don't know. But anyway, that's it for this. I have another Drinking with Dustin segment. I know they're kind of taking over, but I have a Founder's Breakfast Stout in there that I want to do a video on. I want to see what that's all about. And then I have this sort of, what I'm going to use as my celebration of 400 subscribers. Screw it, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what it is. Top 20 RPGs, all time. A lot of people have been asking me to make one of these, and I keep dragging my feet saying, I don't want to because it's too hard to pick one. But I'm really been sitting down and thinking about it. So that'll be coming. Hopefully I'll film that on Sunday. Also, don't forget about another gaming podcast. Episode 3 has been up for about a week now. I'll put a link down below so for you guys that haven't subscribed yet. It's me and the Laggy Gamer. And actually... we have the next 3 episodes kind of booked up, so got people messaging us that want to be on it, and Steven and I are not going to be lazy this time, and we're working with people to get another person on there, a guest on there. So it's not just us rambling. We have another person on there rambling. So I think we have a very wonderful guest lined up for the next three. So definitely look forward to that. But yeah, anyway, that is all for me because I'm going on for 20 minutes now, and I gotta finish get ready for work. So thanks so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.